You know the feeling, right? You're swiping, you get a match, and then it happens. The dreaded one-word hey. It's where conversations go to die. Well, today we're going to look at one specific feature from a pretty wild app called Zocialized that claims it has the cure for that exact problem. Let's see if it holds up.
But before we get to that one simple feature, you really need to understand the whole Zocialized universe. And whoa, it is a lot. For starters, there's this, a ZID chip implant. Yeah, you heard me right, straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Then you've got something called the Bond Integrity Monitor. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's not about your taste in James Bond films.
There's also an AI music creator, which I guess writes personalized love songs for you. Kind of creepy, kind of cool. I'm not sure yet.
And finally, this mysterious thing called Aurum Soleil. I have absolutely no idea what that is, but it sounds expensive. So, yeah, it's a lot to take in. Okay, are you feeling a little overwhelmed yet? Because I get it. With all this crazy futuristic tech, you'd think making a connection would be easy. But what if the real secret isn't a chip in your arm, but just a much, much better way to say hello?
So that's exactly what we're digging into. How do we cut through all that noise? How do we finally break out of that endless, soul-crushing cycle of hey, sup, and what's up?
Well, Zocialized is a pretty bold philosophy here. It's simple. Skip the small talk. The whole idea is for you to stop thinking of your first message as just, a message, and start thinking of it as an invitation, a proposal for a real adventure.
And this is it. This is the feature we're talking about. Ask Me Out. It's a tool designed to make that first move more creative and, let's be honest, way less awkward for everyone involved.
All right, so how does this thing actually work? Well, you'll probably be relieved to hear that compared to, biometric chip implants, it is refreshingly simple. It's just a 3-step process for making a way better first impression. Okay, so step 1, you come up with a genuinely creative date idea, something with a little personality. Step 2, you send it and just wait, no pressure. And step 3, if they like it, you get what the app calls a green proposal event, which is basically the green light to actually start planning. And this one little change in approach can have a massive impact. We're talking about the difference between a hey, that's instantly forgotten, and an invitation that someone actually gets excited about.
I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got the conversational equivalent of a dial tone. It's nothing. But on the right, you have an actual, interesting idea that shows thought. Which one would you rather get? It's not even a contest.
So what's the big deal? Why does this work so well? Well, first off, it focuses on the entire point of these apps, getting to a real connection. The goal is to get you off your phone and on an actual date, and this just cuts right to the chase. It also lets you show off your creative side. In a sea of profiles that all kind of blend together, a unique date idea is like a superpower. It immediately shows that you've got some personality and you're willing to put in a little effort, which is so much more attractive than another lazy hi. And maybe the best part of all, it's totally low risk but super high reward. You're not asking them to marry you, you're just suggesting a fun activity. It's a fantastic way to see if you have a similar vibe before you waste weeks on small talk that goes absolutely nowhere. Okay, so let's zoom back out for a minute, because this simple, very human-centered feature exists inside that incredibly complex, tech-driven world we saw at the start. And that contrast really makes you wonder, where exactly is all this heading?
Remember all that stuff? The chip implant, the AI that writes love songs, video analysis, biosync? It's an ecosystem where technology is designed to do more and more of the work for you. So you have this fascinating conflict, a feature that's all about your personal creativity, surrounded by AI that could just do the creating for you.
And that really leaves us with a huge question to think about. The whole point of Ask Me Out is that it's your idea, your spark. But as dating technology gets smarter and smarter, as AI starts suggesting what we should say and do, will our best, most creative, and most romantic ideas still actually be our own?